Hi, my name is Natalie, and I have been teaching and practicing tantric meditations for the last 10 years. I work with people, I do private sessions with men and women and couples, and I do emotional work around different topics that have to do with sexuality. So people might have dysfunction or problems or issues in their relationships, their intimate relationships and their sex, and I help them by showing them the emotional connection to do with the physical issue that they're dealing with. And I have talked to thousands of people about their sex lives and their relationships, and I recently work with men more because I don't know why exactly, but I think men are in desperate need of a loving, normal, regular woman who will talk to them about these things without getting upset with them. And so a lot of men come to me and talk about their sexual lives. And one thing that I kind of see with a lot of men who come to me is, I mean, first of all, the fact that they're not in shape. And I'm not saying this to be like, it's not a criticism towards men. And I don't think that all men need to be like buffed up and go to the gym and like be very muscular. But a lot of men, even my age, I'm 41, so my age in their 40s and in their 50s, they're in really bad shape physically. So a lot of them, you know, people my age, they'll have this like huge belly and a lot of like overweight people. And they're not fat people. I don't live in America, by the way, so I'm not trying to like fat shame anyone. I'm just saying a lot of men, good looking, intelligent, sweet, sensitive, manly men who are out of shape. And they have this, which is the most occurring thing that I see with men, they have this like huge stomach, and you know, energetically that's the third chakra, and it's between the genitals and the heart, and they have this mountain of fat, and you know, the energy is not going to flow in the best way when you have this thing that you're carrying around with you. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for your energy. It's going to affect your sexual function or dysfunction. It's not fun walking around with this thing. It's not very sexy. It's not very attractive, and it doesn't feel that good. So one of the things that I tell most men who come to me with like sexual dysfunction is maybe you should consider getting into shape a little bit, and your body will be healthier and it will be able to contain the sexual energy in a good, healthy, harmonious way. Another thing that I see with men who come to me is that they have no connection to their pelvic floor, to like the whole area of the waist. They're very stiff. They don't know how to move it. And then when you're having sex, a lot of that motion comes into the thrusting and into the, you know, motion of your body in sexual activity, and it helps the sexual energy flow in a better and healthier way. But men are not connected to their hips, to their pelvic floor, and like this whole area here, even just if we look at like the muscles in that area, the whole area is very weak. And that's also one of the reasons that the body won't contain the sexual energy for long enough. There are exercises you can do to move your hips and to move your waist. A lot of men feel like it's too feminine, and they don't want to be gay, and they don't want to be like feminine. So, you know, they stay very stiff in this area of their body. But I once saw a video of this guy, and he was showing like how he moves his hips during sex, and it was very sexy, but it was also very fluid and very feminine and very like sensual. So I think men can do some work on strengthening and connecting to their pelvic floor and to their hips and to their sexiness in that area of the body, because this is the area of the body that we're going to have the sex with. And if we're very stiff there, then the sex is going to be very stiff. Now, this is something that people also learn when they do yoga. Yoga is considered, for some reason, a very like feminine activity to do, although the original yogis, they were all men. This is something that was developed for men. You know, women are very yogic naturally, like we're more flexible and we have that extension of our body. The big yogis were all men. Ashtanga, Vinyasa, Hatha Yoga, it was all made up and invented by men. And I think that men are the one who will benefit more from yoga than women, and I think they need it more. But for some reason, because it's like feminine, men don't do that. They don't go to yoga, and I think they should. So yoga is something that will help you open up your pelvic floor and your hips. losing the big belly will help the sexual energy flow a lot better inside your body. And doing exercises when you masturbate is another thing. So, you know, a lot of men talk to me, they just masturbate the same way they have their whole life with porn, very, very quickly, they ejaculate. And then when they reach the sex with the woman, it's like strange, they don't know what to do, they get very confused, and it's because they don't practice the sex. So masturbation can be a practice where you practice your sexuality, your body when you're having sex, your mind when you're having sex, to feel more comfortable in the sexual energy, to feel more present, to feel more connected. Or it can just be something that you do really quickly in order to like release tension or whatever. But if you treat masturbation as your exercise for sex, then maybe you can try different postures. I've said this before. Maybe you can try doing it softer and then stronger, and then different types of strength, like caressing your penis. And maybe you could do it slower, then faster, then like research and explore your body when you have sexual energy flowing inside of it. How does your body feel? What can you do with your body? Is there something that you can do that will help you relax more, that will help the energy flow in a better manner? And the last thing is that I wanted to talk about, and I talk about this in a lot of my videos, and I'm going to keep on talking about it because I think it's one of the most important tips that I can ever give a man who has issues with his sexuality, is to pay attention to your anus. So the butthole, for many men, and this happens with women also, it happens with all of us, but men specifically, they clench it and they don't even know that they're doing it, and it basically blocks all the energy inside your penis, and then it has to come out at one point. But if we start relaxing our anus, the butthole, and breathing into it, it will help us to disperse and transmute and send the sexual energy to all the other areas of our body, so that it's not really compressed in that area, and then we can feel more free and we can get all the benefits of the sexual energy running through our body, and we won't have so much pressure in the area of the penis. And butthole is a big taboo in modern Western civilization. I don't know why. I guess that it's one of those things that help take our power away from us, because once we're disconnected from our body and the first chakra, which is the butthole, we're probably easier to control and weaker energetically and spiritually. So the first chakra is the butthole. It is an area of the body that we should pay attention to. And these are the physical things that I think men should pay a bit more attention to when they're trying to heal or when they're trying to work on their sexuality. A lot of them are very pleasers, so they're like, what do I do to her to make this sex better? But I think it's more about what do I do with myself and my own body to be able to have better and longer and more pleasurable and satisfying sex. So I think it starts with our relationship and connection with our body, and that starts with our physical body. And there are things there that men can do by themselves already right now to prepare themselves for the day when they have sexual interactions. But it's also things that will help them feel better physically, mentally, and emotionally, and help them feel more connected to themselves and to their body and their sexuality and their inner child. So those are the things that I wanted to talk about today. Thank you for watching my video. If you did like it, there are more videos like this on my channel. You're more than welcome to subscribe. I upload a lot of these, and I would love to hear from you in the comments what you thought, if these are things that you do or you don't think I'm right, and what men should do. Like, let's build a conversation about this in the comments. I love hearing from you, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic as well. So thank you very much again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.